Hello, hello. It is officially December, and I wanted to share with you guys my top sales from November. So this past month has been pretty good with some sales that I wanted to share with you guys. Things that have moved quickly or things that sold at a high price. And yeah, let's dive into it. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys and kind of go over everything that way, and then I'll be able to share photos with you, the tag, what it looks like and what it sold for and what I bought it for. Let's go. Jump into this. I'm gonna start with eBay first and then I'll go into Poshmark. Poshmark was not the best for me this month. Honestly, my sales were pretty low this month, but I contribute that to not being able to list as much. It's just been a busy, super busy month. Lots of stuff going on. So I am cracking down now a little bit later than I wanted to, since it's like December and everyone's buying gifts, but I'm cracking down now to get back up to my normal listings, which is about 10 to 15 a day. I have been doing only about 5 a day on average this past month. So I'm hoping to get that back up, and then I'll see an increase in my sales again. But so first is this vintage made in Hawaii kimono maxi dress. I found this at the bins. It was too beautiful to leave behind. It has, oh my gosh, I don't know what these beads are called, but it's Paradise Sportswear is the brand, made in Hawaii. It did have a few flaws that I noted in the listing, but this sold overnight for $42, and it actually went to Hawaii, so that is awesome. It did have a faint vintage smell, which I noted as well, but I love picking up anything vintage made in Hawaii dress-wise because it has done consistently well for me. I've probably sold 3 or 4 in the past couple months for between like $40 to $100. So definitely something to be on the lookout for. This I did find at the bin, so I paid about $1, maybe $2. Next is this Anthropologie rolling pin. So precious. Look at that. I found this at a regular Goodwill for half price. It was $4. And this sold in 2 days for $24.99. I accepted an offer. This was a fun little pickup. I don't normally venture into this kind of stuff, but I'm starting to dabble in it. It was basically brand new with, let's see, there it is, George and Viv by Anthropologie. So I wasn't expecting it to sell fast. I picked it up because it was half price. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a chance with this and see how it does. And surprisingly, it sold very quickly. So just a cute little fun Christmas find. Next is the Sea to Summit. It's an insulated air sleeping mat. So this did come in this little package, and I found it at the bins for I would say about $4 to $5 max. It looked to be in very good condition, like new. Here's Marlo holding it up for me. How cute is that? Her little hands right there. So I did find this at the bins, about $4 or $5, and it took a couple months to sell, but I did accept an offer of $60 on that. I will always look into hiking gear because I know how expensive it is, and yeah, this was just a really fun little pickup. I love finding things outside of clothing and shoes that sell quickly because it's just a little bit different than the consistency of selling clothing. So I love to find new items outside of that I can dabble in. Next is a great brand to be on the lookout for, Yasuko. It is, I would say, a bolo. Sell-through rate is about 100%, and this sold within 2 days. I accepted an offer of $30. I did get this at a regular Goodwill. I paid up for it. I paid $6.99, so $7. And yeah, it sold within 2 days. Very I would, maybe in the lag and look department, I would call this, but this was a kimono silk, so that also helped it sell. And it was just very beautiful. Here is the tag. Anything made in the USA, anything silk, I'm always looking it up just to see what the sell-through rate is. These are a pair of Lululemon. They were like a fleece-lined jogger pant, size 10. I did find these at the bin, so I paid just about $1 for them. Some Lululemon, like these ones, apparently go for that high dollar amount still. I accepted an offer of $63, and these sold in 2 days. So great find. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a little bit of trouble moving some Lululemon items. I obviously can't get what I used to get for them for the leggings and stuff. I just sold like a newer pair of Lululemon leggings. They were just in really good condition. I only sold them for $25 and it broke my heart because you know, back in the day, I probably could have got about $50 for them. So this was a really nice find, especially at the bins, paying just a few dollars and them flipping so quickly. So don't give up on Lululemon, especially finding it at the bins. I'm going to pick it up if it's in good condition. If it has a lot of pilling or wear to the leggings, I'm leaving them behind. But I do still pick up everything that I find there at the bins. Next was a fun find. This was a Free People long ruby jacket / shacket. I found this at a regular Goodwill. I did pay up for this. I paid $14.99. But as you can see, it sold. I accepted an offer of $91 on this. And it sold within, I want to say, about 5 days. So this was a great find. This is a brand called Eric Javits, which I just recently learned from, picking this item up at the bins. This is super lightweight. I paid about $1 for this. And this is an amazing, amazing brand, you guys. Be on the lookout for this. He makes a lot of hats. I can't remember what else he makes, but his hats were the most popular item that I could see. This sold for $80. And it did take a couple months to sell, so I did sit on it for a while, but to turn $1 into 80 is amazing, and the sell-through rate is pretty dang good for this brand. Next, we have a Filson button-up. This was an amazing find as well. I got this at a regular Goodwill for $14.99. I did pay up for this a little bit, but I'm willing to do that when I know that the sell-through rate is there and it's going to sell for potentially $100 or more. This was only listed for 2 days and it sold on best offer for $100. So definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for. Actually, what did I pay? Yeah, $13.99. So Goodwill, I used to work at Goodwill, FYI, back in high school. Fun fact, I was a cashier, but these little markings, you can tell what something costs. So the X is 10, just numerical, and then 3, so it'd be $13.99. Yeah, just a little fun fact. So I paid $13.99 for this. That was a fun job. It really, really was. I worked there my senior year, and someone else from my school also worked there, so it was really fun. And yeah, probably one of my favorite jobs. This was before reselling, before I knew anything about reselling, so it was just a regular old thrift store job, but I really loved it. Okay, next is a brand, Honey Love, which is a really great bra and, oh my gosh, shapewear. Really good shapewear brand to be on the lookout for. Here's their little logo. And there we go. So I did pay up for this at the regular Goodwill. I think I paid $4.99. And it didn't end up fitting me, so I just decided to sell it on here rather than return it because I knew that I would get about 30 to 40 for it. It did sell within a couple weeks for 30. So definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for, especially their shapewear. Their shapewear will go for a little bit more, probably in the $40 to $50 range, maybe even more for a larger size. This was a fun find. This was at the bins, so I probably paid about $5 for it. It is a camera messenger bag, and the brand is Think Tank. Let me see if I have it anywhere. I guess it's just on the front of this little bag right here. Think Tank. The only reason why I decided to put this in my cart was because it was like new. Very good condition. I knew it had to be for something. So when I ran comps on it and, you know, realized it was a specialty like camera photography bag, I'm really glad that I picked it up. It sold for full price for $79.99, and it sold, I think, within a week and a half. Definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for. Excellent sell-through rate. And yeah, I love finding new items like this that I would never pick up generally, but that's how you learn kind of what is selling. And it's just a fun little game to find things and run your comps and the sell-through rate, and you're most of the time you're pleasantly surprised that it's actually a great find. Next is an Eileen. This was a 3X cardigan. You guys know Eileen, but this is a plus size, and I did find this at the bin, so it probably cost me about $1 or $2. I found 3. It was a bin full of like Eileen basically, or other plus size brands as well. But this was a great bin to stumble upon because all of the Eileen was plus size, 2 and 3X, and they all sold very quickly. This was the last one to go. I accepted an offer of $40, and it sold within a week and a half. But definitely a great find. I love Eileen. This is an IKEA duvet cover and pillowcase. Sometimes I will dabble in the linen section. Some IKEA prints go for more than others, and they're more sought after just because, you know, they make them once and then they don't make them anymore. So this is one of those prints. Very cute, very colorful. I love it. This sold for $45, full asking price. This did take a couple months to sell, so it wasn't a super fast sale, but I found this at the bins. Probably paid about $3 or $4 for these. And yeah, fun little find. I will always check bedding for IKEA, Pottery Barn, oh my gosh, Crate and Barrel, all those things, because there are a ton of good linens, blankets, all of that stuff in the bins that you don't necessarily want to dig through because it's just piles and piles of blankets. But sometimes you can find some good stuff. Next is a Furby. Look at this guy. This sold for a full asking price of $50. I had originally listed it for, I think, $79.99, and it wasn't moving, so I rechecked my comps and decided to lower it to $50, and it sold within a day. So I definitely had it priced too high. This guy was so cute. Let's see if the video will play and you guys can join in on the nostalgia. Maybe it'll play. Isn't that so cute? It just takes me back. Oh my gosh. But this was still new with tag. It didn't have the box, but I mean, still somewhat new. And so cute. This was a more sought after style with the green eyes and the brown and the black fur, I guess. I realized that after running comps. But yeah, this was a really cute find. I did find this at a regular Goodwill, and I paid $4.99 for it. This is a new to me brand, and I believe somebody commented this in one of my YouTube videos. It is pronounced Dryzabone, so it's dry as a bone, which is so clever. But this is a men's kind of workwear waxed vest, made in Australia, very high quality. Let's see if I can get the tag for you guys. Dries a Bone, Australia. It's a riding vest, so maybe motorcycle. I'm not too sure, but great brand. This sold within 2 weeks for what was it, $59.99, best offer. And I did find this at the bins, so it's fairly heavy. So I probably paid about $5 for this, but definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for. Fun little brand. This was being tossed around in a new rotation and no one was, grabbing it. And just the feel of the waxed leather, I knew that it had to be quality. And I'm just really glad that I put it in my cart. That is why I do not wear gloves at the bins. Probably gross to some people, but to me, it really helps me kind of pinpoint those items that are higher quality. So, Dries a Bone. Next was a super fun find. This was a full price sale, $89.99. This is a vintage Lucky Brand, Asian inspired. I love the vintage Lucky Brand. It's an incredible bolo. Like, it's gonna sell, and it's gonna sell for a really good amount. Especially the hoodies, the sweatshirts, and the sweatpants. They are, amazing. I have sold probably, I'd say about 5 to 10 of the vintage Lucky Brand within my reselling career. I've been reselling for like 8 years now, so within that time I have found quite a few pieces, and I'm so happy every time I find them. And look how beautiful this is. The color is so perfect. So yes, this was a bins find. Paid about $2 to $3 for this, and somebody had put this back in the bin right in front of me. They were sorting their cart, and it must have been someone who was shopping for themselves, just personal pickups. Maybe it wasn't their size, and I immediately swooped it up and said, "What's wrong with this? Why would you put it back?" But there were no flaws. It was just amazing, and I was just at the right place, in the right place at the right time. Yes, definitely. Here's what the Lucky Brand vintage tag looks like. And you'll see, if you run comps on it, if you're not familiar, you'll see that they do a lot of Asian inspired stuff. That's one of the things to look for as well. This was a fun find, a new realm for me. I do not normally dabble in anything glassware, nada. I have been nervous to ship anything glass, but I've decided to get over that and be a big girl. I've invested in packaging peanuts and all the things to secure my items safely so they get to their destination in one piece. I'm learning how to do it, and I am having so much fun, honestly, because this is something that sold overnight. Full price, $50. Maybe I underpriced it. I don't know. But this Psycho Ceramics right here, that's what you need to look for. Crace & Co. Anything made in Japan, I am now looking up, because those, from my research, those are the things that are selling, consistently and for the high dollar amount. If I'm missing anything, please leave me a comment below. This is so new to me that I don't know. I'm still learning every day what to pick up, what to look for as far as like little knickknacks or glassware. Kayla, the homeschooling picker, is like my inspo for this. It amazes me the little trinkets she finds, and they end up being worth like $50. So it's crazy. It's a crazy world out there. There's so many things you can make money on that you never ever would even think to look up. So yes, this did have a little chip. Santa's little mustache was chipped right there. And it still sold overnight for $50. So cute. That was definitely a fun find. Next is the Burberry auction that I did. This was a wool cashmere cardigan sweater. I pulled this out of the bins and paid a couple bucks for it. It has some flaws that I noted. That is why I decided to run it on auction. So some of the stitching was a little bit pulled. This one was sewn together. There was a little thread there that somebody had sewn it up, so it wasn't a big hole. And then there was another hole there. So yeah, I decided to put it up on auction. I think I started it at $50. Let's see. And whoops, this just showed all of the people. I started at 50 for a week auction. It ended at 120. Great little find. I'm glad that it went for 120, even with the flaws. That was amazing. This was like the best item I had found during that trip, so I was very excited to find this item because before then it was not a very good day at the bins. Vuori, amazing brand. Always be on the lookout. These I found at the bins and paid $1 for them. They sold on best offer for $30, and they sold overnight. I believe it was overnight. So cute. Oops. This is another realm that I'm not familiar with, but I'm trying to dabble. Video games. I stumbled across a bin at the outlet that was full of CDs and very, very few video games. So I don't know if somebody had left these ones behind and got all the other ones that were in there, but there were about 4 that were left over and I grabbed all of them. This one did not have the CD in it. It just had the case and the manual, and it sold for $38 within like 3 days. So to sell something without the actual disc is crazy to me, but I've heard that people still buy stuff like this, so I decided to list it, and it sold. So $38 for just the case and the manual. So that was a fun little find. Next is a new to me brand, Sophie Duhor. I'm probably butchering that, but this doesn't, I mean, this is a tacked on tag, so the sides are tacked on. That was one of the reasons why I decided to look it up and run comps. But plus the sizing, that's also an indicator to look something up. This font to me kind of looks like an Amazon knockoff brand for some reason. So it's not super, and plus this tag, you know, it's not something you would think, oh, this is worth money or has a good sell-through rate, but this is a great brand. I found this at the bins. It's a really cute, the material, it feels so nice, high quality, and just the pop-over tunic, like boxy, lag and look style. I knew that this had to be something, so I looked it up, and sure enough, it's a great brand with a great sell-through rate. This one does have a flaw, so it did have little stains, tiny little stains all over it that I noted. So this did sell for $39.99. It took a few weeks, and if it didn't have any stains, I could probably get the 50 to 60 for it, maybe more. It's definitely a brand that I'm gonna keep looking out for in the future. These are so cute. Charlie One Horse. I know I'm saying this wrong. Lucchese. It's a brand of boots. Here is kind of hard to see. Charlie One Horse. This is the brand. That's what it looks like. And then at the bottom, these were just super nicely made, handcrafted in Brazil. I knew these were something good. They are so cute. Leather. It was a new to me brand, and I did find these at the bin, so paid a couple bucks for them. And they sold on an offer for $58. So cute. It did take about a month and a half to sell, but anything Western, cowgirl, leather, I'm going to pick up because I'm so drawn to it, and it is very trendy right now, especially this little, this toe work right there. Super cute. So yeah, nice little bins pick up. Next is a pair of Blundstone. These are kids' Chelsea boots. These were found at the bins, paid a couple bucks for them, and they did have some wear. So pretty worn in. Definitely, um, you know, definitely a brand that people are going to buy even if they're worn in. These things are so expensive. I want a pair so bad, but I cannot spend $250. I just can't do it. So my thrift wish is to find a pair in my size, but we will see how long that takes. Um, yes, so these sold within a week for $50. I accepted an offer of $50. Very fun. This is a brand that's new to me that has a really great sell-through rate. Jack Donnelly. I found these at a thrift store they were half off, so I ended up paying $3.50 for them. Here is the tag. Made in the USA. That was my number one indicator to look them up. They're just a fairly nice chino pant, but the sell-through rate was great, like I said, 100%. These sold for $28 within a week, so fast sale, and definitely a brand I will be on the lookout for at the bins or, like a half price situation, because I think the highest that they generally go for is about that $40 range. This was a fun find. Vintage Bath and Body Works lotion. This smell took me back to my mom used to own a scrapbook store, and this was in like 2005, 2004, and I would work there while I was in school, and it always smelled like this lotion. It just took me back to that moment. It's crazy what smells can do. But this I got at a yard sale. I paid $1 and it sold on best offer for $30. It did take a couple months, but yeah, just a fun little find. $1 into 30, and somebody can enjoy that smell one more time. I think they still make this smell. I'm not sure, or this scent, but I am not too sure. Actually, I have no idea. But some Bath and Body Works do really well, and I will always kind of look them up and see what they're going for. Next is Zara. I have been pleasantly surprised by Zara lately. This is a gold trim blazer jacket. It's a Chanel dupe and a blogger fave. This I found at the bins for maybe a couple dollars, and it sold on best offer for $39.99. Took about a week. But yeah, I have been selling Zara much more than I've ever I always, like, every time I would find it at the bins, I'd say, no, thank you, no, thank you. I thought it was just a cheaper, I don't know, like Forever 21 sort of brand, which quality-wise, probably, but the blogger fave thing is something that I'm really into, and I know that if it has that sell-through right there, then I'm going to pick it up, especially at the bins. So this was a fun little find. Next, we're going into Poshmark. This was so cute. I had originally priced this faux fur Christmas tree skirt at $80 to $90, but it sat. I picked this up last year. This took about a year to sell. I picked this up last year in December, so it was super close to Christmas. It didn't make the cut. It didn't sell before Christmas last year. And then this year, I'm like, oh my gosh, this needs to sell. I don't want to sit on this for another year. It needs to sell. And so somebody sent me an offer for $50 and I accepted. And she said she was going to decorate like that weekend, and I got it to her on time, and it was just a really fun feeling. It looked like this in the photographs, but it didn't look like that in real life. That's just the lighting. It definitely looked more like this, like a soft faux fur rug. Very cute. And that was Pottery Barn. This was a bins pickup. I paid probably about $5 for this, so it was on the heavier side, but I'm so glad that it went to somebody and they get to enjoy it for Christmas. I only have a few Poshmark sales. Look at this. So not much going on here, but still some goodies I wanted to go over with you guys. Next is Dark Sport. I recently talked about this brand in my last haul video. This is the item that sold for $25. It sold within a week and a half, and this is a brand you want to be on the lookout for. Specifically, their menswear, but do not just, I guess everything will sell. The menswear we're selling for more, though, is what I'm trying to say. The sell-through rate is great on both sides, men's and women's, but the men's, they were selling for, I think, double what the women's were. Just a more popular men's athletic wear brand. So Dark Sport, that is the name of this brand. This was a bins pickup, less than $1 for this tiny little sports bra, and it sold for $25. I think I've got a lot of sports bras in here. So the moral of the story is don't be afraid to pick up sports bras because they're selling. Another thing, Zaya was a brand that I completely just knocked off my radar. I said, I'm not picking this up anymore. It had its fun and now it's done. But apparently not, because I sold 2 Zaya things on Poshmark. This little iridescent rainbow sports bra, so precious. This was a bins find, so about $1. Sold this for $22 within 2 weeks. This was so pretty, I couldn't leave it behind. My thought process was, somebody's looking for this, somebody wants to buy this. So I'm glad I picked it up because it did end up selling. So $22 for that. This was this was a bundle. Hannah Anderson, let's see. There we go. So this person bought a set, so pants and a shirt, and then they also bought a shirt. I found these at a regular Goodwill. They were half off for, I think, $6.50. So I ended up paying $3.25 per piece. I ended up getting 4 pieces, so $3.25 per piece. This person bought 3 of them and paid, what was it, $40 or $50? $50 for the 3. Yes. So that was a fun little find. I was just kind of browsing the Christmas section and saw those. They were Hannah Anderson, Nightmare Before Christmas. I knew that they would sell right now. The sell-through rate was great on the Nightmare Before Christmas Hannah Anderson collab. So I was happy to pay the half price. If they were the full price, I would not have picked them up. But because they were half price, I decided to give them a try. They sold within, I think a week. All 4 pieces were gone within a week. Here's the other Zaya. These are just a pair of joggers. They were in really good condition. Size medium. I thought, what the heck, why not? I'm going to give it a try. I'll try Zaya one more time. The thing that I will not pick up from them is their leggings. So any plain, solid, black, any color leggings, I'm no longer picking up, I've decided. But the joggers, the sports bras, maybe a jacket, I will maybe dabble in that. But these sold within a week for $25. I found them at the bins for $1, so great flip there. Another sports bra. This was also a bins find. This was a more substantial sports bra, I would say, because it does have, it's a midline, which means it goes down farther, and it has a high neck. So I know a lot of people are looking for this style. And this is Athleta, size medium. This sold within a week for $17. I had it listed for $20, so I had an offer come in, and I accepted. That was a great find. Okay, last one. Biore. This was another bins find, so $1 or $2 for these. These are men's joggers. Excellent find. Excellent. I was so tempted to keep these for my husband, but I would rather have $50. So these were the men's Sunday performance jogger, and they sold overnight for $51. I had them listed for $55, and I got an offer for $51. Definitely said yes. And yeah, excellent bins find. And that will wrap everything up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I thank you for watching. Have a great day.